Who is here? Good afternoon. And it is Tuesday Live. Who is joining me? Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary. If you can see me, we are live, and it's Tuesday Live class. Alrighty, if you can see me, let me see your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell me where you're watching me from. If this is your first time, put a hashtag and say it's your first time joining me. It is our Tuesday live class. We're here every 2 p.m. Tuesdays. Yes. Alrighty. If you are here, you can see me. Let me see your comment. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama. Oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Mary, Mama, oh, Alrighty, if you can hear me, please do let me know that you can hear me. YouTube fam, can you see me? Can you hear me? Facebook, can you see me? Can you hear me? I can barely see any chats right yet, but I can see that people are already watching. Hey, Go Damadi, how are you? And this is the first chat that we can see here. Thank you so much for joining me. And it is our Tuesday class. We are here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. teaching on one topic or the other. And today we are looking at preparing your child for a successful school year. All right, preparing your child for a successful school year. I want to be sure. I want to be sure that I can be seen on Facebook. I want to be sure that I can be seen on Facebook. Thank you so much, Grace Eze. Thank you, Temitope Olomo. If you can see me on Facebook, please do let me know. Do let me know that you can see me, all right? Yes, we are here. We're just coming live. It's Tuesday Live. We are here every 2 p.m. on Tuesday on one topic or the other. Please, am I clear? Is it, can you see me? Am I showing clearly? Please do let me know. Please do let me know. I'm guessing that my network on Facebook is not letting me see the chat. I'm not sure. Please do let me know that you can see me. I would be glad if you do that. I would be glad if you do that, please. I can see quite a number of people watching, but I can't see any chat. Okay, all righty. Let's see if we'll be able to access. Good afternoon, not clear yet. Okay, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. YouTube, if you can hear me, not clear yet. We would work on that. We would work on that. We will work. I can see you very clear. Oh, wow. Okay, great. The Facebook fams are here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. YouTube, are we together? Are we here? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? YouTube family, if you can see me, can hear me, please do let me know, all right, that you can see me and hear me, all right? If you can see me and hear, you can see your beautiful self. Hi, Chidima. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can see me and hear me, please do let me know. Very clear, Azuko. Thank you. Awesome. So let's roll. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Please tell me a hi. Write in the comment section and tell me where you are streaming live from. I am streaming live from the capital city, Abuja, all right, Nigeria. Just tell me where you are joining us from, all right? Tell me where you are joining us from. I'm sure if you're on YouTube, I can see some people say not so clear, but I am sure that with time we're going to have this stabilized. Thank you so much for joining. I can see and hear you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Coley. Thank you, Ella Pretty. Awesome. All right. My YouTube family is here. All right. If you are joining me, all right, if you are joining me for the first time, put a hashtag first time joining Tuesday Live. All right. First time on Tuesday Live or first time joining you. Very clear. Now, thank you, Violet. First time joining you, right? First time being here. I can hear you watching from Academically. Hi, Olivia. Live from Ogun State to Gucci. I am streaming from Ibadan. Hi, Ella Pretty. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Chidima from Ibejuleki, Lagos. Margaret, thank you so much. Yes, we are getting the momentum that we need. Awesome. We are talking about preparing your child for a successful school year. Who wants to know what they need to do for your child to be ready? The schools are almost here. We are having schools by next week. I'm sure a lot of people are going to actually start school and all of a better a better parent, so to say, how to support the children, how to become a better parent, what we can do, and all of that. Okay, so I think YouTube, we are good now. First time on Tuesday Live. Yes, can we do the bells? First time on Tuesday Live. We can see you, Mary. Welcome here. So today we are looking at preparing your child for a successful school year. You know the drift when you hear whatever it is that you are connecting with. Please put it in the comment section, and also remember to also hit the like button, hit the love button, share the fire emojis as we keep running. All right. I guess we have a better network now and it is booming. Yep. All right. So when we talk about preparing a child for a successful school year, what I have noticed is that a lot of people, the first thing that comes to mind is education, academics. How are we going to help our children read? How are we going to help them become better? How are we going to help them come first in Nigerian Palace? That's not what this class is all about. That's not what this class is all about. Hi, Benedicta. That's not what this class is all about. Invite your friends. Tag someone who needs to hear this. I'm going to be giving you a new table, all right, when we are done breaking the old one that you came with. So if you came with a chair, all right, just be ready for us to remove it and give you another one, okay? Thank you, Ifoma Ndulue. It says this is my first time on Tuesday Live. Thank you and welcome. We have a buzzing system on the YouTube family. Thank you for being here. So we are talking about how you can make your children's education more successful in the educational year. I realized that a lot of parents actually get confused when the year is starting. I realized that I was confused in the past when the year is starting because I didn't even know where to start from. I didn't know how to support my children. I didn't know what exactly to do better for them to actually have a better year than they had the previous year. I realized that every time my daughter got into a new class, she finds it really difficult to actually begin to stabilize. And that was when she was in primary 1, primary 2. All right. And I didn't even understand that it was a lot much more than just, oh, know what you're studying, oh, know how to study, and blah, 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 blah. It was much, much more than that. And I started to do a lot of, a lot of study, and I started to realize that for children to start a new school year, even the same school that they are attending, that you need to do a little more than you have been doing. And for every new school year, children are actually agitated or anticipating or even curious to know, what is it that this is going to really offer me at the end of it all? What will I be expecting? What are the things that I'm going to see? I realized that I particularly didn't put that into consideration. You will be thinking that, oh, your child is in grade 1, you don't need all of this. In fact, you will be so shocked as much, at how much preparation your child will be actually anchoring on you to be able to deliver to them. Is quite interesting. All right. And a lot of the times we just sit back and think, oh no, it's just all about academics. Oh no, it's just all about the things that you are going to put in there for the child to become best. No, so it doesn't rest and resonate on the platform of become best or not become best. There are a lot, much more that should or can happen. Many of the times I have realized that we don't prepare the children enough. All right. Many of the times I've realized that we don't prepare the children enough. And this has caused a lot of, caused a lot of children going to school, not even knowing what exactly they need to do and they don't need to do. Now, there are aspects that you need to prepare your child for in the school year. Number one of those aspects is the academic success. Number two is social success. Number three is their success. Number four is their health. And number five are chores, the skills to be able to do chores. I know that this sounds really, interesting. I know a lot of parents whom, when their children start, school, the first thing they do is to take away the chores. I'm going to tell you why you should never do that. Stay with me, all right, as we keep rolling. Now, let me say this to you. There's now the last part of it, maintaining success. Is somebody writing these tenants for us? Academic success, social success, health success, emotional success, chores success, health, and then maintaining success, which is actually the very last one, maintaining success. How do you now maintain all of this success in all of this school year? It's okay for us to say that, oh, no, these children are not, we're not going to be looking at all of these other things, but we need to actually begin to look at other things that the children battle with, apart from just academics. I shared earlier on when I was starting this conversation that I didn't know the things I needed to look out for, and that affected my daughter when she did primary 1 and when she did primary 2. I didn't realize that there were things that she needed to actually, develop. Last week we shared the holiday bundle. Who has a copy of that holiday bundle? Inside that holiday bundle, we had the self-regulation tool. That self-regulation tool was shared in preparation. In preparation. Thank you, Sonia, for putting those tenants together. What I'm teaching you is not on Google, so better listen to me. All right. In preparation, right? In preparation for the school year. That's why that bundle contained, the things. All right. Hanifa said, I do. Christiana said, I do. If you have a copy of that bundle, it is part of what we put together. So that bundle prepares you for the things that your children would need to get to, right, and see when they are now getting into the school year. We have things like the self-regulation planner. We have things like the how to actually learn chores and all of that, the skills that you need to build. They are in preparation for the things that you need to actually teach out for the new school year, starts immediately, the school year stops. Somebody, yeah, doesn't start when the school is about to resume. It starts, the school year stops. So if the school year stopped July 23rd, you are supposed to have started preparing your child for the next session, same July 23rd till the time. Because there are a lot of tenants that you must look at to be able to prepare your child for this. So if you have a copy of that holiday bundle, you have been using it, then you're on track. Because that will have you on the part of social, emotional, and the chores part to be able to help you prepare your child to where it is that your child is going to. All right, let's talk about academic success. I know that's the one that you really love to hear. Now, academic success starts with what school it is that your child is going to go in. That's number one. Does the school support the kind of teaching, all right, the kind of learner that my child is? That's the first thing you want to look at. Does the school support the kind of learner that my child is? If my child is a kinesthetic learner, for instance, you have a kinesthetic learner, your kinesthetic learner is going to resume in a school that had, let's take for instance, in a school that had no playground. You're going to kill the learning ability of your kinesthetic learner. Because first, you do not even understand. In fact, if you take a boy child to a school that do not understand play, you are going to actually be shutting down a part of his development. I know that a lot of people do not know this, but in your choice of school for your boy child, your girl child can survive a school that doesn't have space. It's okay. But for your boy child, we don't want to do that. There are a lot of after effects that we have actually recorded, over the years when it comes to researches, backing up all of these things. All right. So when it comes to having children in the school year, having children, go to school, the first thing that you need to understand is, how do I support the academics of this child? The person in the school. The school is an integral part. The school is an integral part of how successful your child's education will be. The school is an integral part of how successful your child's academics will be. So if you're looking at a particular system for your child, you want to look at the school that supports the kind of learner you have. Please take this seriously. If there's nothing you hear from this webinar today, let this be the only thing that you hear. What kind of school are you taking your child to? We're going to do a webinar. That webinar is going to be in the inner circle, but we're going to make it open for those of you who are not in the academy to be able to attend that webinar. In that webinar, we're going to be teaching on how you even make a choice of the school first, because I've recognized that that is even a problem in itself. A lot of people don't even know how to make a choice, as in how to say, this is the school that my child is going to go to. How did you arrive at that point? Many of us just walked into a school, saw a school, they told you, oh, this school is really good. Oh, they go for competitions. Oh, they. And then when you get there, you just put your child, you don't know the kind of learner your child is. You don't know anything, you just put your child there. And then your child is just there. You understand nothing. So it's actually in the understanding of what kind of school that you need to even put your child. Do you know that a gifted child is a special needs child? And your gifted child will probably not survive in a normal school setting. So you need to look for that school. You need to look for that school that supports the system that child is actually running. So what is that school? All right. I'm going to tell you about this masterclass before we leave here, right? Because that masterclass is going to open your eyes to a lot of things. Earlier in the year, in my own journey, I had thought that, being able to just, just look at the school, they're performing well, everything is okay and all of that. And I thought that, it is something that I can just boom, and then you just do it on your own and all of that without recognizing all these tenants. It backfired. I made an error of a school choice in the first year of my children's primary school. You do not want to make that error. God helped me. Within one term, I knew that I had made the wrong choice, and I turned around without looking back. I want you to actually take this seriously, because a lot of children have actually suffered on the altar of the ignorance of the parents on what it is. It was my ignorance. My son suffered my ignorance. So your child could be suffering the ignorance of you not knowing how to make a choice that will fit the school that where your child should be. Every school is not meant for every child. Somebody help me write that in the comment section. Every school is not meant for every child. That they tell you, oh, this school is the best, it did and all of that. It might not be for your child. Your child might not thrive in that school. You need to understand where the connections are. You need to understand that's one thing that you must do when it comes to supporting your children academically. All right, share this post, tag someone who needs to hear this. We're going to share a lot of things that will blow your mind. All right, thank you. Then if your child is entering a new school, you need to know what to look out for. You need to know what to look out for. What do I need to look out for? What do I begin to even search for? Many of us do not understand what to search for. You need to ask yourself those questions. Who am I? Who is my child? Why is my child in this school? That's number one. We're going to go deeper into that masterclass, and I'm going to share with you how that masterclass is going to run. We're going to leave this masterclass exclusively for parents in the inner circle, but I decided I'm going to make it open in case you want to join us and you would pay a token to actually join us. All right. Number two, how do you support your child academically? Create effective study environment. Create effective study environment. We want our children to study, yet for every time, our children do not even have an environment to actually be able to study. That doesn't even support them academically. But before you create an effective study environment, number one thing that you must recognize when you are looking for effective study environment is you need to understand the kind of learner your child is. My son's study environment is interesting. He's a kinesthetic learner. There's a lot of distractions and all of that. My daughter's study environment is very, all put together and all of that because she is a dominant auditory learner. You need to get this to be able to create an environment that helps your child. Now, there's a rule of thumb on how your child should study in primary school. There's a rule of thumb. It's 10 minutes per grade rule. That's what the rule says. It's a 10 minutes per grade rule. What does a 10 minutes per grade rule say? The 10 minutes per grade rule actually says that you take 10 minutes. If your child is in grade 1, the child studies for 10 minutes at a stretch. If your child is in grade 4, your child should be able to study for 40 minutes at a stretch. That's what the 10 minutes per grade rule actually says. You need to be there to guide them, for them to actually do their assignments. But let me say, you see the concept of doing assignments for your children, or always say, their assignment is too much. Just send it back. They're not going to do it. Be careful how you do that. Because completing assignments, making mistakes have been found to be an integral part of learning for a child. Because making mistakes actually help them with the process. It makes them help them with the process. So when you create this environment, it is very, very key, and it helps your child learn. If you're getting value, hit the like button, send the fire emojis as we continue. And remember to share this link. I know that some people are watching on my private timeline on purpose. You can share this link to every one of your family and friends. Thank you so much. I see you guys. All right. That number 2 thing that you want to look at when it comes to academics, all right, academics is that you need to work on removing the money chaos in your routine. So we built the back to school bundle. I'm going to tell you a bit about it. And we spoke on how you can remove the morning chaos in your routine. You see all those gree you do in the morning. It shuts down the learning center of your child. Let me say that again. All the yelling, the shouting, the chaos that you create in the morning shuts down the learning center of your child. So when you wake up in the morning and you're saying, oh, it's not possible not to shout in the morning. I've seen a lot of people say that. You say the things like, oh, it's not possible not to shout in the morning. I must shout. Who says no, it's not easy. Forget this thing they are telling us. It's a lie. And you keep shouting in the morning. And you're not able to remove the chaos. You are shutting the learning center of your child every morning. Every morning. If there's nothing else you heard from this session, remove chaos from your morning routine. We're going to teach you how to do that at the webinar as well, and also provide you with workable sheets that will help you work on this. This morning chaos can be a lot. Remove it, kill it. It is one of the cheapest way to kill, all right? It's one of the cheapest way to kill whatever it is that you are building. Shut it down. Remove it, because you are killing that learning center every morning. All right? So when you shout, you take up the energy. Discipline is not an emergency. Can somebody help me put that in the comment section? Stop making discipline an emergency. It is not one. Many of the times when you create the required structures that help you in the mornings, you would not need all those things you're screaming. And screaming and shouting is not discipline. It's not discipline. That you're screaming and shouting, oh, the child has done something. You must address it now. You must address it now. You don't have to address it now. You can address it later. You must not talk about it in the morning. I told the parents in the inner circle that it was something I was teaching us, and I said, discipline is never an emergency. Never an emergency. When we're reviewing my book, The Discipline That Works, I told them that if you make discipline an emergency, then you kill the essence many of the times. Because a lot of the times, you bring out discipline, you make it an emergency, the child is doing something, even in the times where a child shouldn't be having all those things. You think that everything is all about advice. You see the child in the morning, the child is practicing this thing in the morning, I am putting advice. I did not say shouting is not an emergency. Shouting is not even allowed. I said discipline is not an emergency. Stop making it one. You put your child in front of, your child is dating, you're taking a child to school. You're reprimanding the child from home to school. How do you want that child to learn? And yet, you're worried about the academic performance of that child. It's not an emergency. Kill it. It's not an emergency. Scratch that. Whoever told you that lied to you. If you make it an emergency, it kills the real lessons of discipline. You don't even think through the things that you are talking about. You don't even think through. There are times that, there was one of those days, I was trying to take my children to school. My children get to school, get ready for school 6 a.m. every morning. We don't need to scream in my home for them to get ready. For 6 years, that's how they dressed up. The mornings are the best times in my home because it's the morning that we get to dance. It's in the morning we get to do a lot of jokes. And I'm talking about the twins making their food in the morning by themselves. There's a structure in place that helps you actually, put all of that in place. So you need to actually learn to put your child in that great mental state to be able to go to school in the morning. I remember one of those days, because my children are very early birds. They were the ones that came to school every day early, every day in their school. All right. So it's just not okay. Thank you, Uncle Ben. And I remember that day they were, preparing and all of that, and they said I should take them to school. I should drive them to school. I had finished. I didn't finish in time. I was at fault. And then I apologized to them and I took them in my car. I was driving. My son just muttered something under his breath. I wish I just followed school bus because I'm just going to end up being at school late. For me, I was going to start preaching. How can you be ungrateful? Blah, blah, blah. Do you think I don't feel like preaching all those things that you preach? I feel like it many of the times. I'm also a very, I'm a parent. I also feel all the things that, you run around complaining and all of that, but you need to work on you first. I just listened to it. At that time, I was looking at how I'm going to preach a sermon. I thought of preaching a sermon for a 10 minutes drive, or be a 15, 20 minutes drive. And I told myself, this is not the time for this sermon. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help my child. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help anybody. I decided that I'm going to address the issue of being grateful later. I mustn't talk about it at that time. It wasn't the best time. You need to understand the essence of timing, even in your discipline, and even with the things that you are teaching. It took me another 3 days to talk about that same issue, but in another way. So, and when you put all that fire spots in your home, you can reduce the fire spot. Part of the things that we have in the bundle that we created for the back to school has a fire spot bundle that you can use to actually change the routine in your home in the morning. Stop screaming in the morning. There's no result. It shuts down the learning center, and it doesn't stop that. It gives you high blood pressure. It gives you high blood pressure. Timing is everything. Very key. We must recognize when what should be said and how and when. Stop just running on, this thing or like you're just, reacting on the spur of the moment. You need to work on you again. I say again and again that parenting is about you. All right. Another thing that you need to learn is that you need to send your children ready to learn. What do you do to stimulate learning in the morning? What do you do? We do music a lot in the morning in my own home. Stimulates a lot of learning. Children are excited about the morning. They're excited about coming home, about sleeping. A child should never go to bed upset, and a child should never go to school upset. These two things. But 90% of the children that I see in Nigeria get to school very upset because their parents are screaming, fire spots everywhere, small thing, pump, fire everywhere in your home in the morning. Just screaming, and all of that. You need to begin to stimulate learning. How do you stimulate learning? It could be music. It could be some kind of fun. It's not learning. Stimulating learning doesn't mean reading. It could be anything. All right? So you can get that put together. Check the nutrition of your child. It's been proven that through food rich in whole grain, all right, food rich in whole grain, fiber, protein, as well as low in added sugar actually helps your children learn better. So watch the nutrition of your children. What are they eating? What are they eating in the morning? All right. We're creating a meal planner that can help you in the back to school bundle. My team added that into that. All right. And then also let's look at the right amount of sleep. Your children, most preschoolers should get at least a minimum of 10 hours sleep. Your child, I see a school child and I see people dragging them in shops to go and buy groceries. I don't understand. Sometimes I'm in shock. And sometimes they say maybe because it's because of what I do. No, but I just think that every parent should actually have the common sense of not dragging a child at 9 p.m. to go and buy groceries. It's common sense. So please, do not take your child. Look at the right amount of sleep. Your children need it. If your children sleep well in the morning, they wake up not becoming cranky. It's very important. Teach organizational skills. Teach organizational skills. The parents in the inner circle would understand when I say executive functioning skills. Executive functioning skills. Part of the reasons why you struggle during the school period, you never get to finish, time is never enough, is because of, executive functioning skills. Yes, thank you, Uncle Ben. Physical and mental development only happens in deep sleep. So you need to sleep and be allowed to sleep well. Very key. So you need to teach organizational skills, which is part of executive functioning skills. All right. Executive functioning skills, helps your children to actually learn better. So if you have a child who is learning and do not understand study skills, executive functioning skills, and all of that, your child will struggle with learning. So the academics part of that school is going to be a problem. Teach them these skills. In the holiday bundle, there was a particular bundle where the particular planner, where we shared a calendar planner, a to-do planner, and a time management planner. Use it to teach your children how to manage their time. My children have a time, they've always done, a time management planner. All right. So when we meet them during the day, they will tell you, no, it's our free time, it's our fun time now. I remember one of my friends came to the house, come and pick up something. They were like, my friend was like, your chores are not done. When are you guys going to, do these chores and all of that? They said, my friend, don't worry, we're going to get it sorted. We have a time. It's in the next 1 hour. And he said, so you'll be able to meet up and all of that. They told my friend, it takes us how many minutes to actually be able to complete our chores? How many minutes to actually be able to make dinner? How many minutes to actually be able to do this? And my children play a lot. So there are things that are involved. They are able to actually learn these organizational skills, and it has helped them. Give them a personal planner. Teach them time management. Make a to-do list. It will help them learn better. All right? Children are not born with this. Nobody is born with this. You teach it. You teach it deliberately. So you can use these planners to actually teach your children what to do. You can use these planners to teach your children what to do. So instead of always saying, oh, the child is not learning. Oh, the child, have you actually also supported the learning aspect of that your child? Teach them study skills. I have found that a lot of the children who lack study skills have issues with being able to study on their own. By the time a child is turning 7, 8, I do not see the reason why you're studying with the child. I see parents, the children are writing exams. They are more agitated than the child. Sometimes I get confused. They are more agitated than a child that is writing exam. Oh, my child is writing exam. You're only helter-skelter and all of that. At a time, your child should be able to study on their own and understand when to study. I can't remember the last time I sat down with my children and say, oh, they're having exams. I need to sit down with you to study. No, teach these things. They are skills. They are teachable. Don't assume anything. Assumption is a killer on your parenting journey. Assumption is a killer on your parenting journey. Somebody help me write that. Assumption is a killer on your parenting journey. Do not assume anything. Anything. Don't assume anything. Make sure that you're teaching everything. If you need to teach it, teach it. If you need to teach it, teach it. It's very important. So on the learning part and supporting the academics of your child, the last thing, you need to also understand the disciplinary policies of that school. You must understand the disciplinary policies of the school. How does that school look at bullying? What is the school about? Or you just go and, so when issues now come up, you say, oh, what is their policy on bullying? What is their policy on doing this for children? Meanwhile, you didn't even know. You didn't even start it. Because you have assumed that, oh, every school should actually know, whatever. Stop, take out assumption from your process today. Take it out, kill it, scratch it. Don't assume anything. Teach it and teach it. Learn it and learn it. Learn it to the end. If the school is telling you that this is what it is, ask the school questions. Unfortunately, many of us do not even know what to ask the school. When you get into a new school, you don't even know the right questions to ask the school. You need to ask the right questions. What are the disciplinary strategies in the school? How does it work? If somebody is bullied, what is done? What can be done? What should be done? Then the second to the last, you need to get involved. I'm not going to say this, and I would like to say this, more than necessary, but you know the truth. You need to get involved. I have been to many countless PTA meetings, countless. I can't even, maintain count in the past 3 years. There are PTA meetings you get into, which was one of the things that my children's proprietors didn't allow. Any other person that is not a parent being represented in a PTA meeting. You see PTA meetings where you now have drivers, cooks, house helps. They are the ones raising your children for you. They're the ones coming for PTA meeting and listening to what it is that is being said in the PTA meeting. How do you want to support your child on that kind of, premise? How do you want to support your child? How do you want to do it? You send driver because according to you, you don't have time to be there. It's just school. What's my own? We did 6 years. Oh, wow. No, not just 6 years. We did the first 4 years in the children's school in nursery and pre-nursery, and we did 6 years in primary school. We missed one PTA meeting in all the years. One. And the reason why we missed that one PTA was actually very funny. And it was something beneficial to the children. That was the only reason. Just one. I know when I hear parents say, I don't have time. By the way, if you're coming in newly into the Intentional Parent Academy, into the inner circle, and you want to come and present to me that you don't have time, I'll throw you out. You see this, I don't have time. When you just make all the, I don't have time, I cannot go for PTA meeting, I cannot. Did anybody send you to have children? Nobody did. You made a choice. You made it. Even if you didn't make a choice, even if you didn't plan it, you made a choice. Any choice to keep a child. Because if you can't raise a child, you take the child, take it up for adoption. There are people who need children. Get involved. You need to get involved. Get involved because that is a key thing on your parenting journey. Be involved in your children's school. Be part of the process. Don't stay outside and continue to complain. Oh, the school did. Oh, the school did. Meanwhile, you never come for any meeting. If they say PTA meeting, you say, oh, it's not for me. I beg all these people. I beg, I'm not doing. What are they going to tell us? Curriculum review, we are not there. You send a driver, you send a cook, you send a house help. Is that the kind of value you place on the child that God has given you to raise? Is that the value? Is that the extent of the value that you've actually given to your child? What is the value that you have placed on your child? I keep asking this question. If the President of America gives you his child to raise, wouldn't you learn the most effective way to actually raise that child? So it means that you can't see your child as the president of, the president of any nation. You can't see your child more than that. Get involved. For you to raise a king, you need to be involved. You don't raise a king just by sitting back and just saying, oh, it's not my business. The school, after all, I've paid school fees. You see that statement, scratch it. Because it's not going to take you anywhere. After all, I've paid school fees. Even if it's a boarding school, get involved. In that master class, if your children are going to boarding school, I'm going to be showing you how you can get involved even while your children are in the boarding school. Get involved. It's all in the value that you have placed on your children. It's not about whether you have time or you do not have time. It is the value. What value have you placed on your child as a person? What is the value? What is the value of that your child? That's a question you need to ask yourself, right? Then the last one, you need to make out time to talk with your child. Make out time to talk with your child every day. Children, know their parents are interested in their school, actually perform better. When children know that their parents are interested in the school, they do better. They do better. They struggle to actually do better. But actually struggle to do better. Listen to them every day. Ask them questions. I have seen parents, when parents say, I don't have time. I don't even live in the same place with my children. Go and ask the parents in the inner circle. There are fathers who live abroad that are more involved than fathers who live with their children in Nigeria. I have seen them. They take part in our connection tools like their presence. They are in the inner circle. They are, in fact, their game is something else. Sometimes I'm like, wow, you guys have taken this thing to another level. It's your choice. It's your choice. Stop telling me, oh, I'm away. Oh, I'm not. I have a particular father who wakes up every morning. He lives in Canada. The children live in Nigeria. Who wakes up every morning to make sure, the children, the morning of their time, to make sure that the children dress up for school. And he puts his screen. They have a screen where daddy is talking and everybody's responding. Sometimes he's dancing and the children are having fun. Get involved. It's been proven ever and again that children who get connected with their children do better with their parents, do better when it comes to academics. You get involved. All those this thing, it's not tenable. Get involved. When you enter the inner circle, the first thing I make you say is that you take an oath and say, I have time for my children. I have time to parent my children. In fact, when we make you say it every day, when you talk, we say, don't come and tell me that you don't have time. Do you know that neglect is a form of abuse? Do you know that neglect is a form of abuse? Uninvolvement is a form of abuse. We talk about abuse, we talk about hitting, we talk about this one for children, we talk about that one, but nobody talks about neglect. Nobody talks about neglect. You need to talk about neglect. When you neglect your children, you are abusing them. It's a form of abuse. It's a form of abuse. It is important that you get it. Stop abusing your children in the name of, oh, I do not have time. Stop abusing them. Get involved. If you're not ready for more than one child, that's what you are able to take. Please do only one child. And it's okay. I have just 2 children, one foster daughter that we fostered over the years. She's married. She's right here watching me. And then the twins. I am okay. Because that's the number that I can get involved as much as I can. Please think through these things before you do them. Don't just come out every day and just say, oh, I just want to be there. I just want to, have a child and all of that. If you neglect your children, you are actually abusing them. I saw a quote today. You are accountable for your involvement. You're accountable to the person who has given you the authority over these children for your involvement or uninvolvement in your children. You are going to be accountable. You will give account. We're telling you, take your parenting seriously. And say, what are they saying? What are they saying? See that this same thing, this same parenting our parents did. Get involved. Everybody will answer for themselves. Every single person. Nobody will answer for another person. So if you have 5 children, you're answering for 5 human beings. You're going to be accounting for 5 human beings. If you have 1, you'll be accounting for your involvement in the 5 human beings. When people ask me, why do you, parent with such passion, your husband and I and yourself, and we tell them that because we have someone that we're going to report to eventually. I don't know about you. If that part doesn't scare you, it scares me. I don't know about you. It actually does scare me that I actually need to give an account of my involvement. How much involved are you? What exactly are you doing? Or you're just assuming that you know what you're doing. I say again and again that wisdom is in the things that you do not know that you need to learn from others. Wisdom is in the things that others know that you do not know. Others know that you do not know. I'm going to share how you can get into the inner circle. For those of us who is asking me about the inner circle, you can book a slot to, sorry, that's not it. You can book a slot to be part of the inner circle in 2022 and join us in this movement. I call the inner circle a movement, a group of parents who have woken up to say, I want to raise kings. Recently, I've been sharing about the coronation of the Olu of Warri. Allow me to digress. And I went into, the upbringing of the Olu of Warri, and I was amazed. Anytime you see someone that have been raised, that has had an exceptional route, go and check it. A parent has done a good job. A parent has done a good job. There's no 2 ways about somebody somewhere has done a good job. You need to get it. This job is actually a job that, I don't know, like I said, it scares me if it doesn't scare you. All right. So now we talked about academic success. I'm going to rush through the rest. The rest of it, we're going to be talking about it in the master class. All right. That master class is exclusive to parents in the inner circle. But if you like to join the master class, just to have a tips and a test of what I wasn't going to open this up for people, but I just thought of it. Just to have a tips and a test of what it is that we have in the inner circle. We're having a master class, a 3 days master class. We're going to open it up for you. Just put master class and you get details of how you can register for a token. That masterclass is worth 20,000 naira. We're leaving it for you at 5,000 naira, and you get access to a lot of materials, including the back to school bundle that we created, the affirmations and all of that. All right. So all you need to do is just masterclass and all of that. Again, it's exclusive to people who are in Inner Circle 2021. Every other person gets to pay the discounted fee. All right, that we are giving it out. This discounted fee is only available in the next 48 hours. We don't even want people in. So it's okay if you're not able to meet up with the discounted fee. So all you need to do is we removed the price and we said, no, we're not doing that. We should make it accessible. So instead of 20,000 naira, we are keeping it at 5,000 naira for you to access it. It's for you to come and have a glimpse of the fire that we breathe in that system. It's going to help you, all right? So we just have that masterclass, and then you will be able to access it, all right? For the masterclass, if you're watching me on YouTube, I'm going to put a banner, and so that you can take the details of how you can share for the masterclass, all right? And then be able to actually reach out to us and get ready. So that masterclass is for next week, all right? That masterclass is for next week, and is exclusive for people who are able to. This giveaway is only people who are able to meet up. People who are able to meet up with it, all right? So it's fine if you can't, but you can get the bundle. The bundle, we're going to make the bundle accessible to everybody. Bundle will be accessible to everybody who wishes to get access to the bundle. That bundle is going to be just 2,000 naira instead of the normal 10K that this bundle will be. All right, I will tell you what is inside that bundle as we begin to put all of this together. All right. So then we also have the social success, the emotional success, the health success, and then the chores. Let me say a bit about the emotional success. They need to build capacity for emotional awareness, independence, responsibility, so that they can tackle social and emotional challenges. Is key even to the education of the child. It's been proven that children who have access, all right, children who have access to be able to have stable, high emotional IQ, actually, and do not even have academics, survive much, much more better than people who do not. If you're watching me on Facebook, all right, if you're watching me on the Facebook group, you need to put masterclass in the comment section to be able to have access to this masterclass, so that you'll be able to have details sent to you. If you're watching me any other place, right, just take a look at my screen. Just take a look at my screen, and you will be able to make payment for that. All right. So if you want to get access to the masterclass, and that masterclass will give you access to a lot of things. I'm going to share with you what that masterclass gives you access to. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss that masterclass. For a masterclass of 20,000 naira, we're giving you for 5,000 naira. Trust me, you don't want to miss. We're having 3 professionals share with you at that masterclass. You want to be there. All right. You want to be there. For those of you who are on every other you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, simply take a look. All right. Take a look at my Facebook timeline. You will see all of the details. So if you're watching me on the group, you just put masterclass and then you will get a response. All right. So time is not going to permit me to actually look at all the other tenants of the social, the emotional, the preparation, the safety things you need to look at when it comes to even getting your children to be part of it. All right. If you want just the school back to school bundle, it's just a 2,000 naira, you can get it. But if you join the masterclass, you get everything all together. And back to school bundle, trust me, is like our holiday bundle. Of course, if you ever got access to that holiday bundle, you would know that we don't do trash. No, we don't. We do value, even if we deliver it for free. All right. So then, and I was saying that you need to look at a book smart child is great, but without emotional intelligence, your child will struggle. They will struggle with number one, self-regulation without emotional intelligence. Number two, they will struggle with relationships. Number three, they will struggle with motivations. Number four, they will struggle with social skills. Number five, they will struggle with life satisfaction. You need to teach your children to practice empathy. I'm going to teach that particular class myself because it was part of the part that I neglected at some point of my journey that I needed to learn the hard way. Trust me, you don't need to learn it the hard way. Experience is not usually the best teacher. You can actually take mentorship to be the best teacher instead of just experience. Okay? So, practice empathy, develop social skills, help them stay motivated, teach self-regulation, help them be more aware. So I'm going to teach all of this in this masterclass. That is part of my part. And then we're going to have another coach teach on what are the things you will look out for when you are choosing a school. I would also be teaching on how to prepare your children for boarding school, right? What are the things that you can look out for? And then the last part of this tenant are the chores. Chores are part of the everyday of everyone's life. A child needs to know that he's also part of a whole and everyone in the family. So the family has an expectation of the child. So by doing this, a child sees that her contributions are valued and they are necessary. It also teaches responsibility, which is a big tool for academic success. Responsibility, which is a big tool for academic success. All right. And if you are getting into that masterclass, part of the things that you get, if you can see all the details that my team have shared, especially for those of you who are in the group, you will see all of that shared. Okay, so one of the things that you get for that masterclass is that you get to have a free parent teacher guide, which is worth 2,000 naira. You get to have the free parent teacher masterclass, which is worth 10,000 naira. You get to have the copy of the holiday bundle. The copy of the holiday bundle worth 10K. It has a back to school affirmation pack. It contains the parent school support template. It has the preparing your child for boarding school template. It has a school routine planner. It has a school structure blueprint. It has a meal planner. It has a daily school preparation. And it has a school accountability planner and a 30-day connection tool that we use in the inner circle. We're going to give it to you so you see what it looks like. And a 30-day affirmation pack also for toddlers. So you get all of this for just a token of 5,000 naira. Every parent in the inner circle, like I said, this is an exclusive. So this is an exclusive inner circle masterclass. But we are giving you access to it. All right, we are giving you access to it. So one of the things so if you are on YouTube, if you want to ask questions, please thank you, Precious. Precious has shared the details in the comment section on YouTube. So you can find that on YouTube. All right. So you can take a look. You can also ask me questions as we begin to round up. Trust me, this masterclass is going to reward you, right? It's going to reward you. And if you want to book a session, you want to be part of the inner circle, look at the number that is scrolling down. You can just put inner circle in the comment section if you're in the group. But if you're watching me on YouTube or my personal Facebook timeline, look at the number that is scrolling down. That's my personal number. I like to have personal contact with the parents in the inner circle. I love it a lot. So just reach out to me personally so that I will share details with you. Coach, what is your take on siesta? I am asking because some children sleep in the afternoon. It affects them sleeping early at night. Oguchi, you can put a system that helps your children to actually sleep in the afternoon for a time. All right. I am for let your children rest, not necessarily sleep. So my son finds it difficult sleeping in the afternoon. So one of the things that I have been able to do over the years is to create a rest time. So everybody understands rest time in my home. So whether you decide to sleep or you don't decide to sleep, you can actually use that rest time. Truthfully, there are a lot of things I would like to teach in this class. 1 hour is too short to teach anything. Ask the parents in the inner circle. Sometimes spend 2 hours and you're not done. All right. 1 hour is too short. So um, that's why we are putting this out here. The masterclass is for 3rd to 5th of September. They're going to be replays. If you have ever attended any of our classes, you will know how fireful they come. All right. This masterclass is for 3rd to 5th of September. Time, arranging, and then you're going to have all the details. We're going to have just one class per day. One of the coaches will teach one of the classes per day, and then it will be an amazing learning place. It's going to be an amazing learning place. You want to actually be there. All right. You want to be there. Come and see. Come and have a taste. A little taste of what happens in the inner circle. Just a taste. And this will help you also decide, is this inner circle? I think I want to be there, or can all of that. But I tell you, the inner circle can be one of the best things that have ever happened to you. One of the best things that have ever happened to you when it comes to your parenting journey. Right? I guess that this is the only question that there is there. There are the other tenants: the social success, the emotional success, the health, the chores, and maintaining success. So we haven't even touched that. The only thing we taught in all of this module is only academic success. And this academic success, we didn't even go in. So you actually, if you want to learn more about how to make choices of school, what safety issues are you going to be looking at? What are you going to be asking? What questions will you be asking in the school that you're going to? How do you support your child, even though your child is not, on ground, your child is in boarding school? How do you support your child? What are the things that you're going to look out for when your child even gets there? Like your child is in a space, you are looking out for a particular thing. And please, this offer is only valid for 48 hours. Only. Like I said, we don't even want everybody to be there. It's only valid for 48 hours. And we are taking only 50 persons extra out of the inner circle. The inner circle members are already about 1,000. So trust me, the crowd will even overwhelm us. So if you really, really want to be part of that masterclass, you want to just quickly make this payment. And as soon as 48 hours is over, we're not putting, the fees will go up. So even if we are going to open this thing for you to still register, even after the 50 slots that we have, we will shut it down. All right, we will increase it. When we did the holiday bundle, we had over 1,000 parents get a copy of that holiday bundle. So don't think that 50 is such a huge number, right? In TIP Academy, I can assure you that before the end of today, we're going to have 50, persons who have actually made payment to be at this, this circle. Our timing is going to be usually we're going to be doing the later evenings of the day, West African time. All right. So we're going to be looking at doing it at 7 p.m. West African time. All right. So that to be able to help people come on live. And also we would have replays. So you have quick replays, access replays, same day. All right. So that you will be able to access these sessions. All right. This masterclass is one masterclass that you do not want to miss. All right. The time will be communicated as soon as you make payment. If you want to be part of that masterclass, you're watching me, put masterclass right in the comment section and you will get a response. The masterclass is 5,000 naira instead of 20,000 naira. It is the hugest of the huge discounts. All right. And if you do not meet up with the offer in 48 hours, you get to pay 20K. And trust me, when you pay 20K, with the resource persons that are in that masterclass, you'll be glad that you actually joined the masterclass. You'll be very glad. You're not going to say, oh, why did I pay, this amount and all of that. I remember that when parents paid 2,000 naira to get the holiday bundle, this is what the holiday bundle will have, like 14, parts in this holiday bundle. Many parents came back to us to say, this is free. There was no, payment for this. Trust me, this is free. So when we tell you that this thing is, the original price is this amount, even when you pay that original price, you will be very glad. A parent came to me and said, even if I had paid 10,000 naira, which is the original price for the holiday bundle, I would have still gotten a lot of value that I'm grateful for. So I can see that a lot of parents are already taking up the slots. Like I said, 50 is a funny number, right in the inner circle. It's not going to, in the TIP Academy, it's not going to be available for such a long time. If you think 48 hours is too long, it's not. So jump into this offer now and make it. Yes, each day we are going to have 3rd to 5th of September. The good thing is that replays will be available. Replays will be available. I am wishing really that I was really able to, touch a lot of aspects right in this free webinar. But hey, there's a limit to the free access that you can have. That's the truth of the matter. Access isn't free. Access isn't free. There's no two ways about it. If you're putting masterclass, you can see me, you can see the screen. Just take the details on the screen, make payment, and please send it to that WhatsApp chat. Don't send to me. Don't send to me, please. Send it to that WhatsApp chat and all the details, all right, that you need. Back to School Masterclass is a first of its kind. It doesn't happen, openly in the academy before. We are putting it out there for the first time for you to actually get. Thank you, please. Can I have an idea of timing to enable plan? Okay, Boma, are you okay with the answers that I gave so far? I can see that Boma has a lot of concerns on timing and all of that. Boma, you do not have a problem. You'll be able to catch replays even if you miss any of the sessions, okay? All right, so is there anyone again? So you want to be part of this masterclass, put masterclass in the comment section, all right? Or you're watching me on YouTube, you are going to get these details in description, or just look at the screen for you to make payment. If you're making payment outside of Nigeria, please contact us with that number and on WhatsApp, and we will give you details for payment. All right, our link gets payment, accept payment all over the country, okay, all over the world, right? Yes, so please. And if you're watching me on YouTube, you will see details for payment in the description as soon as this session is over. All right, I don't think I can see any comment again. Did you get value for this session? Did you get value for this absolutely free session? Did you get value? Let me see your comment in the comment section saying that you got value. Let me see your comment in the comment section saying that you got value or not. If you got value, let me see you say value. Let me see you put the fire emojis. Let me see you hit the like button on our YouTube channel. Hit the like button now, all right? Let me see you. Let me see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Again, don't chat. Comment. Let me see the fire emojis. Let me see you. Number question. What is the dangers of children not having PTA meetings? The dangers of children not having PTA. It just means that you do not have any collaboration with schools. You don't have any collaboration with the school. You need to have a conversation to understand what exactly is going on in your children's school. All right. You can put your hit points, your apex quotes in the comment section as we begin to round up. Let's put your apex quote in the comment section. What is that quote that stuck with you? Somebody said discipline is not an emergency. What is that quote that stuck with you today as you got value? And let me see your comment in the comment section saying I got value, and put the fire emojis. We love them a lot. As usual, always impactful. Thank you, coach. Thank you so much, dear kids. Thank you so much. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. Yes, let's see you hit the like button. Let's see you share this to parents all over the world. I can also see that we had a lot of newcomers today, as usual. And also for those of you who are also going to be watching a replay, all right, put your most insightful quote today. Put your most insightful quote today in the comment section. Okay, put your most insightful quote today in the comment section. Put your most insightful quote today in the comment section and put the fire emojis. Great value, value gotten. I see you, Facebook family. Folano, I see you all the way from Cameroon. I see you. Neglect is a form of abuse. Awesome. Somebody said that was her hit. That was her hit. All right, quote. What was your hit quote from this section? Put it in the comment section as we begin to round up today. Put that in the comment section as we begin to round up today. And hey, if you have any parenting challenge, we are here to help you. My name is Wendy Ologe. All right, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Clara says every school is not meant for every child. Yes, that was a hit point for her. Yeah, you called me. Discipline is not an emergency. Neglect is not a form of abuse. Awesome. Esther said, wisdom is in the things others know that you do not know. Whoa, that was great. Let's see your best quote for the day. Let's see the most amazing thing you heard today that stuck. Mine is discipline is not an emergency. Boost, 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 boost. Work on the morning because it shuts down the learning center of your child. Awesome. That was yours. Discipline is not an emergency. That stuff. Morning chaos shuts down the learning center of your child. Awesome. I'm seeing some awesome quotes coming up here. Get involved. I have time to parent my children because neglect is a form of abuse. Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for putting that in. All right. Let's see your quotes. Let's see your best quotes. Give it your best shot. Let's say it in the comment section. I'm excited today. This is one of those classes that I'm passionate about because it's one of the things that I have, worked on the path of error for, and I could teach, people, and it gives me so much joy. All right. The choice of school, the things that you need to do, and how you can actually make school fun. Shouting in the morning shuts down learning center. Shouting anytime actually triggers a lot, but in the morning it actually helps, limits your child's ability to learn. All right. So I see a whole lot of quotes. All right. Get involved. If there's anything that resonated with you, if you're watching this particular broadcast, remember to share with your family. Remember to share with your friends. Remember to invite someone to follow us on YouTube. Remember to invite someone in our community on Facebook, The Intentional Parent. Remember to follow through. Remember to also be part of your intentional parenting journey. Remember to start. Assumption is a killer. Stop it. Thank you, Esther. Remember to start your journey today. Your journey begins now. All of us are going to be judged with the things that we heard, not just the things that we just, didn't do. Every single one of us will be judged with the things that we've heard that we didn't do. So the fact that you've heard it is going to be held accountable for you from the last day. So get involved. Do something. Take action. Do not just sit back and say, oh, this is, the thing, oh, and all of that, I've heard it, oh, this is nice, this is good. No, don't sit back and say that. Start now on your journey to start your intentional parenting journey. Register in the inner circle. It's going to change the tides for you. If you're not part of the inner circle, please come in and join us in 2022. There's a lot to learn. Sometimes I'm even imagining the parents in the inner circle are, putting a lot together. And how about the parents who don't even know a lot of these things? Take action today. Take action. If you need to get a bundle worth 2,000 naira, do it. If you need to get a book worth 3,000 naira, do it. If you need to register for this masterclass, do it. It's not okay for us to hear these things and do nothing. Again, faith comes by hearing. Miracles come by doing. If you don't do, you're never going to see any miracle. So it's all about what you do, and it's not just about what you hear. It's okay to hear it, but for you to actually have results, you must put the doing. What are you doing? Like they say in Nigerian Palace, the doings. What are your doings? What are your doings? You will be held responsible for whatever it is that you have put in the life of your child. Thank you so much again for joining me. Thank you. It's been an awesome time today. 15 minutes gone past 3 o'clock. I feel like just talking. This is my natural habitat. Being able to actually tell parents, these are the errors that I've made before, and this is how you can get out of it. Trust me, this would really help you. How do I join the inner circle? Good luck. You're going to get details on how you can join the inner circle, and we will follow through with you. Or you can send us a DM, whichever one that works with you. Thank you so much. I am glad that you didn't waste your 1 hour here. I am glad that you came in here and you got value. If you did, tell another parent to tell another parent to tell another parent that there's a movement that is here, right? That is a movement that we have created here called the intentional parent. The intentional parent is not just a name, it is a movement. Thank you so much for joining me, and do have an amazing, amazing day. It's your love and it's your goodness. Oh, my funny. Your ministry from Calvary. I love it so. Daddy, if you do nothing else for me,